Hello and welcome to another video. So for this video, we are going to be making a foraged Christmas wreath. I think 100% of this is going to be foraged unless I decide to use some bells. But we are taking a small wreath form that I made out of some vines that are just growing kind of as weeds on our property. And I did this during one of our cleanup videos. I just kind of sat down, I hurt my back, so I sort of sat down and wove this together. I got a few other little pieces. I think they are actually wisteria. The leaves look very much like wisteria, but it's like a wild wisteria. And so I think I'm gonna weave it together a little bit more to make it a little bit thicker. So we all have all kinds of things from our foraging trip the other day when we got our Christmas tree. We got a little permit to go and forage for our Christmas tree. So it's really, really fun. And we got a bunch of greens during that trip. And it was just so beautiful, right on the river with the waterfalls, just frozen water bubbling. It was just such a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I feel so, so lucky that we had that. So we got some stuff from our garden and from our property. We have some stuff that we got on that trip. Our little wreath form, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Can you hand me that little Swedish apron? Thank you, perfect. There we go, perfect. I feel like I matched the background now. Oh, it feels so festive in here. This is like the best. I wanna put on a Christmas record. All right, get everything ready. So we have our wintergreen boxwoods. Those will be really pretty. We have some arborvitaes, some eastern cedar. Very beautiful. It's just such a nice color. Then we have some of this really beautiful, like little sticks with these seed heads that look like miniature pine cones. I really like those. Then we have some very spiky juniper. So that's kind of a blue color. That might be fun. And our golden cedar, which was a gift from a dear friend of mine. And I love that. I think that'll add such a fun, festive look. We got the blue and the yellow, and then we have some of our green elements. And then I'm gonna grab some of our spruce from the other day. And then we have some of this beautiful spruce. Really, really gorgeous. So we move some of this over, place this here. So I have some paddle wire here, and that can be handy, but I don't think I'm actually gonna be using this. I think because this is a smaller wreath form, I'm gonna weave a few more branches into it, and then I think I'm just going to be cutting these and kind of sticking them in. I think that might be the best way to make this one, and that way it can really be a foraged wreath. So I'm gonna take this very long, bendy vine, and I'm just gonna weave it through the wreath. It does have little spikes on it, so I'm just gonna try and be nice and careful with those. I might end up putting on some gloves, but we'll see. Yeah, let me do that. There, that's much easier now that I have some gloves on. So just guiding this around the outside. And then I'm just tucking that in there. I just want it to feel a little bulkier. And I'm gonna take the other one and do the exact same thing, just weaving it throughout. I like to find a place to kind of tuck it in to start and then weave it around. Looping it in and out. And that gives you plenty of places to stick your little sprigs. And that way you don't have to go out and buy any paddle wire or anything else. I'll tuck that one in there and then weave this around like that, and then tuck that bit in at the end. Now it was snowy out today, so this is super pliable still, but yeah, you might need to wet it if you're working with something that's new. But I love these little tendrils. They're out. I think that looks really, really nice. So the other option that we could do is we could start to weave a few ivory halo dogwood branches in there, or we could just simply use these in the wreath. I'm not sure how that would look if we wove that in. And it's a bit thicker, so we'll leave that out for now, but that is something you could do as well. So what I think I'm gonna do is start with a few pieces and just kind of go around and make the entire wreath green. Then we'll come in and add extra little details. I think I'm just gonna kind of start filling it in. Just picking little spots where I can kind of push in some of our beautiful pieces. So we're creating the framework, and then we can add things on top of that, fun little things on top. And what I'm kind of doing is creating a little bit of a pattern and then just repeating that pattern. So the pattern that I have here is Thuya green, so the arborvitae, the eastern cedar, then boxwood, then the golden cedar, and then the spruce. And then I started over again with the cedar. So you can see that. So we have cedar, then the spruce, boxwood, golden cedar. Let me start again. That one's super yellow. I love that. This one is so pretty. I want to make that more front and center. So one side of this cedar, this golden cedar, is more green, and then the other side is more yellow golden. I don't know if that's coming up on camera, but I like the golden side forward. Isn't that a nice, it almost looks like chartreuse. A little bit like sparkles. It's very, very pretty. I think I might use some of the juniper if it's not too pokey. That's pretty. Okay, so that's a really nice base that we can work from. And I think I'll probably end up making this the top. So it would be like that. What do you think? I think that is so, so pretty. It looks very wild, very found. I love the golden touches. And so I think I'm just gonna come in and kind of fill it in. So Bert got some of these berries. He had seen them on his runs and pointed them out to me, and I was like, those would be perfect for a wreath. And so he got some. He left so many for the deer and the birds and everything like that. Anytime we forage, we just wanna make sure we're really respectful of where we're foraging, making sure that we're foraging on, you know, public land, and also that you're not taking too much from one area and leaving plenty for the wildlife, especially if you're foraging things like berries in the winter time. But these are red and beautiful, and they have these little orange calyxes, these little orange kind of husks on the outside. I don't think, they might be the calyx for the flowers, but they're really, really pretty, and they almost look like sparkling stars. I think these are going to be so nice inside of our wreath. So this is 100% foraged. I cleaned it up a little bit, but what I think we'll do is put a little bow on the top. But yeah, we have our boxwood, and I like that the boxwood, some of it kind of spirals outward, because that way you can see it's sort of like a magnolia leaf. You know, have you seen that magnolia leaves where they have one really glossy, deep forest green side and then the kind of brown fuzzy side? When you have some of those turning in and out, that's a way that you can kind of create rhythm to a flower arrangement. I had those in my wedding bouquet. And this is just so pretty. I love how these kind of splay outward. I love broad-leaved evergreens, and boxwoods here for us are evergreen. Little bit of this juniper here, very spiky, so I didn't want to use too much of that. But I just love it. I think it looks so, so charming. And the back of the wreath is really easy. That was super easy to just poke things in. And I think the golden cedar looks really, really nice. So yeah, let me go ahead and finish this one up. Now I think I'm just going to fill this in with some of these berries. I just think they are so sweet. If any of you know what these berries are from, what type of tree, actually I'm not familiar. I don't know. A little shrub. It's probably something that's invasive here because they really are all over the place. I kind of want to tuck it this way. Is that going to mess with my flow? Let's see. Okay, so here's our foraged wreath. I think it turned out so beautifully. I love it. So everything here was foraged. This is just a completely foraged wreath, and the wreath form and everything was foraged. All of these beautiful little berries, the boxwoods were foraged from our property. And it's just so, so nice. I added in these little seed heads that look like just like miniature little pine, like clusters of pine cones. Just kind of tucked those in all throughout, and I think it looks really, really sweet. Yeah, I'm so happy with it. Now I have to find somewhere to put it. I think above the fridge or on our little wall here. I'm not sure. I think somewhere in the kitchen would be nice. There's this painting of flowers, and I think it might be kind of nice to replace that with this. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. This has been so much fun to be able to connect with you in a different way. You know, I do a lot of gardening content, so being able to connect with you indoors is really, really fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not already, and if you want to check our next wreath video. And I'll see you again very soon. Okay, bye. I love it so much. Let's see if it fits on my head now. No, way too big.